but I served for 24 years, and I decided that enough was enough, and I was going to stand up and keep speaking. It's sad to say, but the Calgary Police Service that I joined 24 years ago is not the same one that I just resigned from. Today, the leadership of that organization is hell-bent on demonizing, segregating, and threatening the suspension of its police officers if they do not participate in a faulty testing program and vaccine program.
Everyone, the audio is good enough. You guys can hear what's going on. Let me know in the chat.
Other street cops that have received the vaccine, and they were slumped over the table in the lunchroom afterwards. What does that say?
Thank you, guys.
If any of you have experienced this treatment from law enforcement, I'm sorry. Please know, as a former police officer, I am for free speech. I am for peaceful protests. I am for people running their own businesses and staying open. I'm also for free of choice. You can pick what you want to do with your life and the vaccines that you take. Our Constitution protects all our rights and freedoms and choices. However, it seems to me that the federal and provincial governments do not understand or respect our Charter of Rights and Freedoms written into the Constitution of Canada that applies to all Canadians. Always remember, the Constitution is the supreme law of Canada. In saying that, it is extremely concerning that our Prime Minister continues to stoke the fire of hate and division with his reckless and dangerous comments towards Canadians. I cannot help but ask myself, are these words of a responsible, ethical leader?
No!
Are these words spoken by a leader with integrity and care for its citizens?
The answer is no, people.
My fingers are freezing. So please, vaccinated and unvaccinated, please do not allow his words to change the hearts for fellow Canadians. We are one family. A few weeks ago, I accepted an invitation to sit on the board of Taking Back Your Freedoms, which you've heard about already. And today I stand here to represent that. It is an honor that statesman Brian Peckford is our chairman of the board, the last living First Minister that helped negotiate and sign the Constitution of Canada and the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. If anyone understands the Charter, it's this man. Another thing that people can keep doing is keep coming to rallies. The more people we have here, the better it is, the bigger statement that we can make to them. The last thing I want to say is, parents, I implore you, do not allow the government or the public schools to hijack your God-given right to medical choices for your children. Be brave and consistent. Do not allow and be courageous for the efforts that you are taking to protect your children. Now, I usually do this at the end of my talks. I'm not going to be talking to you. I'm going to be talking to all the policemen. I just want to speak to all Canadian law enforcement, both constable and executive leadership of each of them. Remember your oath. It is not good enough to say I'm just following orders. Historically, following orders never led to anything good. It didn't go well in the 1930s and the 1940s, and it's not going to go well now. So for every law enforcement, I want you to remember these words. They're your core values. Respect, honesty, compassion, courage, fairness, ethics, accountability, and integrity. If you are a police officer, ask yourself, do you act by these values, or are they just words on a page?
Keep the camera on. No, hold on a second.
Thank you so much,
You can just
Brian.
we're in between speakers. You can say hi to the world. You
Hey,
don't mind being on the
no, absolutely not.
What brought you here, sir?
Thank you, Brian.
Freedom of choice, freedom of speech in this country. We can't live without it. We can't have a free society without free speech. Thank you
It's
very much,
really
sir.
important
Take care.
to have people like Brian on our side. More often, these days, when we speak out, we're met with heavy intimidation and ridicule to back us into a corner. But it's important to continue to speak out. And up next, we have the president of Stand Up Canada, which is an organization that helps arm all of us with the tools and the legal knowledge to stand up for our rights and to face that unlawful intimidation and to stand up to that ridicule and
this is what
serve
CTV
people with
is saying the
certain
protest looks
documents
like.
that she will certainly speak about. And I'd like
That
to
is not
welcome
what the protest
Paula
looks like.
Tucci from Stand Up Canada.
Nuts. That's not what the protest looks like, people. This is what the protest looks like.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Paula Tucci. I'm one of the founders of Stand Up Canada. We're a non-profit federal organization. We're volunteer run. We're here for you. This is our logo. This is exactly what we represent. This is the Canadian spirit. We are people helping people. And that's what Canadians are all about. I wanted to say, never before in the existence of us as a people, as a collective, have we ever needed to know our rights before in history. I want to tell you some of the things that Stand Up Canada has done for you, so we could have helped you with that. The first thing that we did was we would expose that all of those provincial and territorial declarations of emergency were fraudulent! They were all fraudulent. They didn't meet any of the criteria to make or to meet to call a declaration of emergency. And every single measure that has come out from those declarations of emergency are unwarranted because they're all illegal.
I would have said illegitimate, not illegal. My own personal opinion.
I get a little riled up. We have been helping Canadians know from the very beginning what their rights are. And in fact, when we started protesting here on the corner over there, there was only 12 of us. And boy, are we ever happy to see all of you beautiful Canadians here today! We've let Canadians know how the COVID measures are violating their rights, violating their constitutional rights and their provincial rights. Including, we've let Canadians know your right to refuse mandatory vaccination. We've advised the businesses that they are at major risk, baby, for liability for enforcing all of these illegal measures on their employees and on their patrons.
We've discussed this with Robert Barnes. Government and pharma might have immunity, but not necessarily businesses that force their employees to get vaccinated.
You're denied service because you can't wear a mask. Well, we have a legal challenge for that. It's our no mask, no entry, illegal business policy. It's for all Ontarians. We have helped unite over 3,000 beautiful healthcare workers under the United Healthcare Workers of police in Ontario, including the 2 attorney generals, twice. And we asked them for the legitimate arrest of Doug Ford, our premier, for criminal code violation, section 122, breach of the trust of a public officer. But after today, I think we're going to have to change our name from Stand Up Canada to Canada Stood Up! Right? Right. Listen, all of the legal rights that we've been talking about, we filled a void because most people cannot afford a lawyer. That's where we come in. The legal rights that we're talking about, the truth of it is that all of our rights, the legal rights are supposed to protect our God-given rights. Canada was founded on the supremacy of God, and we have God-given rights to work, to breathe, to associate, to love, to celebrate life and death with whomever we want, whenever we want. Freedom is our birthright. The government does not give us our freedoms, therefore they cannot take them away. I want to say this Freedom Convoy has unleashed the biggest outpouring in love from Canadians all over our beautiful country. We have been under attack for almost 2 years. We're not from any outside force or threat, but from our very own domestic government and media who continue to censor the truth.
Yep.
This freedom movement has been so much more about the illegal mandates. It has captured the pain and suffering of all of us that nearly brought us to our knees. We bent, but we never broke. This freedom movement has just made Canadian history. And there were only 2 other times in Canada where Canadians were united for a single cause. The first was in 1980 when the young 18-year-old Terry Fox lost his life running across Canada for cancer awareness. God bless Terry.
Guys, please don't spam. I can't control it right now, but don't spam, please.
The second was in 2010 with the running of the Olympic torch for the Winter Games in Vancouver, BC. And that slogan was, "Do you believe?" And now, 2022, we're making history again. In the bitter cold of our Canadian winter, we are uniting and we are fighting for our freedoms. There is something 100% magical that happens when there's a physical quest that spans across our great land. It ignites our hearts, and that's what this Freedom Convoy did. Thank you so much. The Freedom Convoy, by far, was the most personal and emotional for all of us. It gave Canadians hope for the first time in almost 2 years that these unlawful and cruel government policies that destroyed our businesses, our personal lives, and our country were coming to an end. But they were not coming to an end from our governments. They were coming to an end from the people. I think that's why our hearts are so overfilled with joy, because we have saved ourselves. And now, our unsung and our unknown heroes until now, our courageous and beautiful Canadian truckers have been the ones to do this, and we are so eternally grateful.
We got almost 8,000 lost. It was after we got 12,000 the battery went dead, so it's
The government may have tried to de-arm us back in May 2020 with the illegal gun mandate. Do you remember that? They tried to withdraw 9,500 guns to de-arm us. But you know what? They didn't take our trucks! That's called checkmate. Woo! I just want to close by saying we need to keep our feet on the accelerator. We need to not stop until all of these government mandates have been removed. We need to make sure that our truckers get back to delivering the food and supply chain of Canada so we can get our lives back. But we must be peaceful about this and unrelenting in our mandates and in our demands. So now, take off your masks. Open up your businesses without the mandates. Keep running this high vibration of love and unity. God bless our truckers. God bless you all. God bless Canada. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paula. Up next, we're going to hear from a civilian and an activist, Justin.
Hello, all you beautiful, freedom-loving people. First and foremost, I want to thank Bethan and the organizers here at this convoy to graciously let me have a few moments. Next, I'm going to say the most important thing I've ever said in my life. Mandatory or forced or coerced medical intervention, which includes vaccination, violates every article of the Nuremberg Code and is considered a war crime under international law.
Hold on, sir. How you doing?
It wasn't okay when they did medical experiments on the Jews during World War II, and it's not okay to do medical experiments on our children now. My name is Justin Long, and I once had the honor of chasing Justin Trudeau out of the Labor Day Parade in Hamilton, September 9, 2019. All I had to do was question him on why so many of his close personal friends are convicted pedophiles. It was one of the proudest moments of my life until this weekend. I've also been out front, outside Doug Ford's house multiple times, calling him out for his crimes. I don't pick sides, I don't hold my punches, and I call it how I see it. I know that all politicians, no matter what side of the political spectrum they are on, are corrupt liars who do not care about us one bit. They have all sold us out. I know what one determined person with a voice and a megaphone can accomplish. Imagine what 500,000 truckers can accomplish when we stand united. We are the true North, strong and free, and you truckers have shown the world what that looks like. And you broke the Guinness World Record for longest convoy in human history in the process of doing so. This is what unity looks like, folks. I look around and I see people of all colors, all religions. I see vaccinated and unvaccinated people, Canadian patriots and American patriots, all standing together in solidarity for freedom. The power of the people is greater than the people in power. Trust me when I say this. Trust me when I say this, that the world is watching. You are truly inspiring. No, you are true heroes. And for the rest of time, you will be remembered as such. And don't let anyone tell you any different. This day will be one for the history books, and I am honored to be a part of it. Witnessing firsthand the 10,000s of supporters across almost every overpass for hours on end in horrible weather conditions, waving their flags and cheering us on. The over $8 million that has been donated to our cause. The food and lodging that has been offered to you by caring people, most of which who have suffered greatly themselves for the past while, and still they are jumping at the chance to show their support.
Small fringe minority!
Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Hearing the thousands of kids calling through the public CB channels to show their love and support for the truckers. See, the American truckers that are standing with us today, thank you also. And if you ever decide to pull this convoy over to your president next, you know that we are your Canadian brothers and sisters, and we would be honored to return the favor. Truck Trudeau and let's go Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon!
All these things have brought tears to my eyes on more than one occasion in the last few days. During the last 2 years, I can honestly say I was becoming depressed and jaded due to knowing that our civil liberties were being trampled and watching as it seemed nobody was doing anything about it. I've never been more proud to say that my grandfather and my mother are truckers themselves. I've never been more proud of Canada today. Words cannot express the gratitude I hold in my heart for what you are doing for everybody and what you are doing for our children. This is the line drawn in the sand, and we need to hold that line. Truckers, hold that line for the sake of our children's freedoms. Hold that line.
Hold the line!
Truckers, we will forever be grateful. Trudeau has stated that we are a fringe minority who do not share Canadian values and should not be tolerated. Well, Trudeau, to you I say this. It is you who is the fringe minority who does not share Canadian values and should not be tolerated as a Prime Minister, not one moment longer. Thank you everybody for your time. I have an extended version of the speech. I will say later, once all these events are wrapped up, I'll be at the center where the flame is. Once these events are done, I have an extended version if you want to hear it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Justin. Up next, we have another activist here from our crowd, and he goes by the name of The Joker.
Hey, where's the dog?
I couldn't
People asking.
I couldn't bring the
People
dogs.
asking,
Hello,
where's
hello,
the dog?
beautiful people
We
here
like
in
you,
Ottawa,
we like
all of
people
Canada,
He doesn't
do well
expanding
with the
world.
cold.
I gotta keep this short and sweet. I don't have a lot of time to speak. But if you guys heard about the individual who got his name on the ballot in the past elections here in Canada as the Joker, well, that's me. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I want to tell all of you how much this movement really means to me. So in my early 20s, when my eyes started to open to the corruption in the world in its entirety, I knew that something had to be done. And when I came to the realization that no one individual could beat the system by playing by the system's rules, I knew that I had to do something drastic to affect any positive change and bring about a better quality of life for everybody in this beautiful world. So I came up with the idea. Around the same time I started pursuing my dream, racing motorcycles. I saw a lot of other cool people with nicknames around me. Nicknames like the Shaker, the Reaper, things of the sort, as we lay there passionately, flirting with the edge, risking our lives, if you will. And so I thought, what better opportunity to take on a persona that not only fits my character, but will allow me to help affect this positive change in the world. And the reason why the Joker felt like the perfect persona to me to play as supervillain was because, by large today, politicians, they're parading around as these good guys, and they're making false promises to all of you. So really, they're bad guys. They're bad guys parading around as good guys. And I thought, how could I affect any change by being the same as them? So I thought, I'm going to parade around as the bad guy. I'm going to be the Joker, and this is going to affect enough, it's going to captivate the attention of the world to see that I'm really a good guy. And the way I was going to show them that I truly cared was I planned to travel from the East Coast to the West Coast, Terry Fox style. I was going to do it on a bicycle, and I was going to stop in all the major cities along the way, and I was going to preach to all of you beautiful people the truth, the message, and I was going to try and bring you back in unity in the name of God. And so, what this movement truly means to me is these truckers have made my dream come true, and so have all of you. And so I want to give you the utmost thanks from the bottom of my heart.
Where's Doug Ford?
And I just want to end with a chant that I've made for all of us. It's pretty simple. So you're going to start, you're going to say freedom, and then you're going to say now. So what do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Thank you all. I love you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd just like to announce that we found somebody's driver's license once again. Her name is Robin Hope, an Alberta driver's license. That's Robin Hope. Robin, we have your license by the side of the stage. Up next, we have another fantastic medical expert, Byram Brittle, who is a viral immunologist, here to shed some light.
Hello everybody, I'm really glad to be here today. I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to bring the Canadian flag and wear the Canadian jersey because I waffle between being embarrassed to be a Canadian, but I'll tell you, among this crowd right now, I'm finally proud for the first time in 2 years to be Canadian. So I just want you to know who I am. So I'm Byram Bridle. I'm an associate professor of viral immunology at the University of Guelph.
I'm the vaccinologist that Justin Trudeau calls an anti-vaxxer. And I'm a scientist who Justin Trudeau says doesn't know how to follow the science. But I've been following the science. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about it. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to equip you with some of the knowledge that you need to be confident that what you're doing here today is right and just, and the science is completely on your side. So before I do that, I just want to acknowledge my wife is here with me today, which I really appreciate. She's been the rock solid foundation for our family. This affects all of us, and we all know how much it affects our families. It's actually her birthday today, and but she wanted to be here to support you. And then I also want to introduce somebody special, very special to us. I have one older son who's at home. He's thrilled to have the house to himself for a few days. But we have another son, and this is him here, and he's going to let you know what his name is.
I got my missile fire.
Yeah, so this is Johnny Bridle. And I want you to know that our son Johnny, he's got a superpower, and he's going to tell you what his superpower is.
It's Desert Worm. I got my muscle space.
All right, so if you can hear that, he has Down syndrome. And the reason why I bring this up is we had an interesting thing occur. 2 days ago, we went and spoke near Toronto. And on our way, we stopped by Tim Hortons. And the reason why we stopped by Tim Hortons is because they were selling what are called Choose to Include donuts. And these donuts were to promote inclusion. And they were to represent and honor and show respect towards people who have different abilities and special needs. And so I got those donuts to celebrate with my son because I love him. And I'm proud of him. But what I want to tell you is this highlighted everything that's wrong right now in Canada. Because as we purchased those inclusion donuts at Tim Hortons, we were buying them from a restaurant that was segregating us. And we were buying this, all the proceeds were going towards Special Olympics Ontario. I've had nothing but the utmost respect my whole life for Special Olympics Ontario. And I support everybody with special needs. However, they're segregating us as well. Johnny is no longer allowed to do a Special Olympics basketball or his Special Olympics soccer. I can't coach the hockey team in our city that has children with special needs. And one of their star players can't play on the team. So I bought the donut under a bit of protest. Again, I support people with special needs. And the other thing I want to let you know is children with special needs are being used, especially right now, for fear-mongering and trying to get the vaccine in the arms of all kinds of children. They're saying that individuals, for example, with Down syndrome are at incredibly high risk. Children, and all adults are not at high risk, and I'm going to tell you why, especially when it comes to Omicron. But they have to stop this fear-mongering. You may have seen a commercial on television at the end of it when they're promoting the vaccination of children. What they do is they show a boy with Down syndrome, and they're doing that on purpose because this is a population, and they're trying to take advantage of that population to make other parents feel forced to vaccinate their kids. Even kids with Down syndrome are not at high risk from this COVID-19, okay? I want you to understand that. Now, I've been sharing my concerns for 2 years now about the science as I've seen it evolving. And I have to tell you, I really appreciate it because 3 days ago, I stood on one of the bridges for 6 hours to watch the truckers go by, and it was the first time in 2 years that I felt real hope. And so I want all the truckers to know it's going to be a tough call here. It's going to be a hard fight. And we need you to stick with it. All of Canada needs to stick with it. Not everything has been terrible. The last 2 years have been pretty bad. But for me, there's actually a few good things. I have learned who my real friends are. And I've learned what colleagues I can actually lean on. And I've been able to spend more time with my family and my kids. Now, because of this, I now have a new but massively expanded network of colleagues around the world. And I want you to know, many of them have contacted me, and they wanted me to let you know today that their hope rests with you, especially the Australians and those in New Zealand. We were all formerly great Commonwealth democracies, and they're looking to us. Everybody feels that this is the first time we actually have some kind of movement with teeth to it. And so we need to win this battle, and it's not just for Canadians. I want you to know it's for the world. Countries around the world are looking right now at you to see what happens. Now, if you haven't heard, it was announced about a couple of hours ago that our Prime Minister has now tested positive for COVID-19. So I just want to reiterate that. Our triple vaxxed Prime Minister.
I don't know how well anyone's going to hear, but who
wears-
are you?
wears his
My name's
mask
Adam.
and
I've
practices
lived in
physical
Ottawa my
distancing
entire life,
and is
and
sick
it's
with
been
COVID-19.
absolutely unreal to see, all right, fringe minority.
He's
people
trying to
coming in,
tell
and
you,
then seeing this
he
massive
released that
crowd.
information
I
and
was
he
here
ended his
Saturday
message
night, I was here
saying,
all
"Get
Sunday,
the booster."
just got off work to come here
And
and
he now wants you to believe
to you, of course.
that the booster is going to keep you from dying. And if you don't, you're going to die. That is scientific garbage, and again, I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But don't listen to him. You can't forget the fact that he told you about the one-dose summer and how incredibly protective one dose was. And then 2 doses was incredibly protective, and he told you that it stopped transmission and that it prevented disease. Now he's left with saying maybe it'll blunt the disease a wee little bit. How much longer are we going to keep following this crazy narrative? Okay, so now I want to get a little bit into the science. So again, our Prime Minister Trudeau has told the scientists and the physicians across the country that we don't know how to follow the science. Well, when the AstraZeneca vaccine program was announced, I had 2 senior immunology colleagues that joined me in writing an open letter to Canada, directed at Health Canada, saying, please do not use the AstraZeneca vaccine. There are 10 European countries who are investigating the possibility of serious blood clots. And they did it anyways, and I was told that I was providing disinformation. 3 months later, they shut the program down. And then I was recorded on a radio show, a 7-minute radio show with Alice Pearson. Bless her heart, she was doing her job, she was willing to ask tough questions. And she asked me if there's the possibility that the mRNA vaccines might be linked to heart problems in young people. And I said yes, and I said why I thought it might be. And I have been beat down incessantly ever since. Even though Public Health Ontario now has shut down the Moderna program for males under 30 because it causes too much damage to their hearts. And then somehow they tell us that the Pfizer vaccine is fine. And they tell us publicly it has a 1 in 28,000 chance of causing heart inflammation in young people. That is a vast underestimate. But what they are expecting you to do is forget that they told you with the AstraZeneca vaccine that a 1 in 55,000 chance of causing a serious medical condition was too dangerous for the adults. But now they're telling us that you can have twice a common occurrence, it be twice as common, a serious issue in young people, and somehow now that's safe. It's ridiculous. And so the only reason why, I had people email me all over when that happened several months later, and now it's on all the labels for all the vaccines about the possibility of heart inflammation. And people said, how did you know? How are you able to predict this? I don't look into a crystal ball. If you actually follow the science, you can see where that path is going to lead to. And so as a scientist, we've been trying to prevent this harm well in advance, but our government is stopping it. Now I want everybody to know, I respect everybody who's been vaccinated and everybody who doesn't want to get the vaccine. If you want to get the vaccine, great. And for those of you who have, I don't hold anything whatsoever against you. You should be able to trust our physicians. You should be able to trust our public health officials. Anybody who got vaccinated and regrets it, don't blame yourself. You did nothing wrong. In fact, you did what you thought was right at the time. So now I want to tell you something. This is very important, so listen up. Because what I'm going to share with you is cutting edge data. And this data comes from Public Health Ontario, directly from our public health officials that are giving you this narrative. Their own data. You can look this up on the Public Health Ontario website.
I was going to say 1 in 10,000.
As of, so first of all, it's important to understand, they told us this was a pandemic of the unvaccinated. You know why? because they argued that cases of COVID-19 were occurring disproportionately among the unvaccinated. And you know why? It's because they were testing primarily the unvaccinated. Most of you know this. If anybody had a vaccine exemption and was allowed into school or work, you had to test. Usually about 3 times a week. Some people up to 5 times a week. Guess what? If you have a disease that can occur in 2 groups of people, and you look primarily in one group of people, guess what? You're going to find the problem more often in that one group of people. That's why it appeared to be
we're
a
running live
pandemic
here.
of the unvaccinated.
You drove in
But
from
guess
Long
what?
Bay.
So we
Yes,
understand
Long Bay
this.
is in just
Understand
off
that
of
with
Montreal.
that bias, in the way they're collecting this data, their current data show that as of December 24th, on Christmas Eve, the lines crossed over on these cases. And the cases, even though it is biased, it clearly shows that COVID-19 is being diagnosed disproportionately among the double vaccinated. That's a fact. Up to 30 to 40% more cases among the double vaccinated than the unvaccinated. And that's accounting for the differences in the population sizes. And so they tell you this is going to help prevent hospitalizations and death. And they tell you that our ICUs are being overloaded. And that's still why you need to be vaccinated. 75% of the people over the last month that have been hospitalized are vaccinated. 75%. And also, over 50% of people that have been admitted into the ICU have been vaccinated. And the other thing that's important, so they'll still argue, well, in the ICU, when you account for the differences in the 2 populations, it's still disproportionately occurring among the unvaccinated. But get this, they just had to admit almost 50% of all cases in our hospitals are not there because of COVID-19. And I'm not even going to go with what they say. They wanted to tell you that they're there with COVID-19. No, almost 50% of the people are there with positive test results for SARS-CoV-2. Positive test results, not because of COVID-19. They've been lying to us all along. Almost half of the cases right now, and guess what? They will not break that down by vaccination status. And that's a yellow flag. So I wonder how many of those in the ICU might actually be people, for those among the unvaccinated, or how many of those are there just with a positive test result instead of because of COVID-19. And the other thing I want you to know, this is cutting edge data, it's their own data. Not one day in the last 2 years in Ontario has the ICU capacity in this province been reached. It has never been reached, not on one day. Their own data shows that. And the other thing you need to understand, not on one single day have the people who have been in the hospital, not on one single day has more than half of those people been there because of COVID or just simply with a positive test result. It has always been a minority of the people. And to prove that, if you aren't reaching your capacity, that's wasted cost, that's wasted space. And what they haven't told you, they've actually reduced the ICU bed capacity in Ontario over the past several months. So you need to understand, our ICUs have never been bursting. They have never been at capacity. They're lying about that as well. Their own data shows that they're lying about all these things. Their own data does not meet the narrative whatsoever. The other thing is, when you look at the Canadian data and Ontario data in particular, I'm going to focus on that because that's where we are right now. It shows a complete uncoupling of cases with severe outcomes. Okay? So as we have had progressively record-shattering waves of COVID-19 cases, we have had progressively less and less hospitalizations and deaths. There's been a complete uncoupling. And I want you to understand this is typical for a virus. Think about it. If an organism is going to survive, it doesn't want to kill the host. If it kills the host, it's going to go extinct. So this virus is doing what a virus is supposed to do. You know what it's doing? It's becoming quite contagious. Contagious doesn't mean dangerous. Don't be afraid of something because it's contagious. The common cold is highly contagious. That's what a virus wants. If it can spread among people, then it's going to have a lot more hosts to live in. And it's also going to be progressively less dangerous. Because again, if it kills the host, it's going to go extinct. And this is where we're at. The Omicron variant is that virus. It is like a cold now. It is no worse than a bad cold for the vast majority of people. Remember, even the common cold can be dangerous and life-threatening. for the frail elderly, and for those who are immunosuppressed, the same high-risk demographic. The flu is much more serious now than the Omicron variant. All right, it's time to focus our attention on the fact that there are other infectious agents out there and there are other diseases that are affecting us to a much greater degree than the Omicron variant ever will. Okay, so this is important. So I want you to know, I have spent lots and lots of time asking people to get up and be willing to talk openly about the science in front of the public so that you can evaluate for yourself whether people like me are lying to you. And nobody, this is telling, not one person has been willing to discuss the science or debate it ever. Not one person. We haven't been able to get anybody to talk openly about the science. The last time I was in Ottawa, I spoke in those Parliament buildings. MP Derek Sloan, bless his heart, had a few of us here. And we were in the Parliament building for a press conference. The press conference was to express concerns about for the first time in Canada, there was massive censorship of physicians and scientists. And it was the most censored press conference in the history of this country. Although despite that, it also ended up being the most viewed video in history coming from the Parliament building. What I want to tell you, there's one place I've learned where the experts cannot hide, where the experts that are pushing this mandate cannot hide. And where they can't hide is in court. They cannot hide in court. And the reason is when we go into court as expert witnesses, if they don't step forward with their expert witnesses on the other side, there's only going to be evidence on our side. And I want you to know that I've been in a number of court cases, and so I've been up against a number of expert witnesses, including recently, and I'm going to say his name because I don't care. Recently I went toe-to-toe with Dr. Peter Uni, who's the head of the Ontario Science Table. And I'm going to tell you, his report was so awful. I've never seen such a terrible, crappy piece of science in my whole life. And I'm also going to tell you, I'll be honest, Peter Uni, he is definitely an expert epidemiologist. There's no question. And he also, I can guarantee, he has no expertise in virology and immunology and vaccinology, and he should not be making any decisions about vaccines and how you should be using them. And so I want to say, and this has been universal, in all the court cases I've been in, a mountain of science on our side, a molehill of science on their side. And every court case so far, the decision has not been made based on the evidence. They refuse to make the decision based on the evidence, because if they do it based on the weight of the evidence, they have no chance of winning. No chance. And so every case so far, they've been finding a loophole. But I'm telling you with confidence, if we can find a judge that's willing to make a decision based on the weight of the evidence, we will win hands down and easily.
That's what hiding in court is, though. That's
wanted them to be Theresa Tam. Bring them up here in front of the Canadians. I'm the vaccinologist that you've called an anti-vaxxer. And I'm the scientist that you says has not followed the science, even though I've been able to predict the danger of these vaccines at every turn. So you bring your medical professionals, your scientific advisors, bring them up here and let Canadians decide whether we do or do not know what we're talking about. I want to say, the only excuse that I've heard for not doing this is that people don't want to give us a platform and allow us to promote our misinformation to Canadians. Well, guess what, Prime Minister Trudeau? You're hiding. I'm on your front porch. I have your platform. If you want to shut this movement down, come up here you prove that we don't know what we're talking about. And I want to end with something. I am actually quite embarrassed often. I don't like being in front of people. One of the things I have is Tourette syndrome. And it makes it so I don't like being up in front of people usually. I like the quiet life that I had 2 years ago. And a lot of people tell me that I'm some kind of hero. And I'm not. I want to tell you something. I'm just doing my job. And this is important. I am what's called a public servant. And you need to understand this, the concept, because people have forgotten about this. Our leaders have forgotten about this. You paid. You may not realize this, but as I went through university, the taxpayers subsidized 70% of the cost of education in Canada. You paid for 70% of my education. You paid most of the operating expenses for my academic institution, for my university, and you also pay for most of my salary. You have paid me to become deeply educated in the fields that I'm an expert in. And you pay for me to speak the truth to you. Uninhibited truth. That's why you paid me to do that. And that's all I've been doing. And what I want you to know, what I want, again, to the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, this is important for you to understand. I am thankful that there's only one thing that you and I have in common, and it's that we are public servants. And thank goodness that's the only thing we have in common. The Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, I want to ask you, what is your definition of servitude? Because you are an elitist, and you think that you can command everything that these people do. You are a public servant. These people here are the VIPs. You need to reverse your philosophy and get it correct. And I'm just going to say one last thing here. Probably all noticed.
All right, people, I just put the mic in. Let's see if this is any better. Sorry, guys.
Get up and talk as this pandemic has gone on. They continually contradict themselves over and over and over again. It's hard to keep track of all the lies. They have flip-flopped so much in so many of the issues that I think
there was dust in the mic. Sorry, guys.
Nothing makes sense anymore. One of the reasons why I can get up here and I can talk off the cuff, I never worry about what I said before. I never worry about whether I say now matches what I said before, because this is what I want you to understand. The truth does not contradict itself. So thank you, everybody. I've been in this fight for 2 years now, and like I said, for the first time in 2 years, I actually feel hopeful. God bless you.
All right, they're going to do a photo, but we want to get the crowd to tell Trudeau, who did just a despicable press conference, meet with us. Meet with us. Meet with us. Meet with us. Meet with us, Trudeau. Meet with us. Meet with us, Trudeau. Meet with us. Meet with us, Trudeau. Meet with us. Yeah. Meet with us. Meet with us. Meet with us. Oh, you guys are amazing. All right, here we go, Dagny.
Can I ask you to do one thing?
Thank you very much. I just want to say that I am so proud and so honored to be here on stage with so many qualified experts here to share their knowledge, their unfiltered truth with us. And I am so proud to be here in such a diverse and unified crowd. Thank you, Canada! Now, our next speaker surely doesn't need an introduction. She is a professor of ethics who is no longer, unfortunately, welcome to teach in our institutions of higher learning due to these vax policies. We've got Dr. All right, I'm sorry. So we're gonna hold off and save the best for later. And right now we've got another fantastic speaker who is making their way up to the stage. And
Chat, let me know how the audio is now.
Pearson, who's taking the time out of a very, very tight and busy schedule to hop on stage with us real quick and share his story. Thank you, Arnold.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hello, Canada! My name is Arnold Pearson. I'm a member of Parliament from up in northern Alberta. Who's from Alberta? I met this morning with a bunch of folks who drove from my riding all the way here to Ottawa, and I was welcoming them here. And I just wanted to remind them, and I want to remind all of you, a Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian! I want to thank the truck rally for bringing us all together. I see the images from across Canada, the folks lining up in -30 on the side roads to welcome you across Canada, and I want to thank the truckers for bringing us all together. I don't have much more to say. I just want to say let's all work together, and together we'll end these mandates. Get our freedom back. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so up next we have the amazing Dr. Julie Panessi. Thank you.
When I say a long while, I suppose I mean
The right to life, liberty, security of the person, the right to equality before the law and the protection of the law, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly and association, freedom of the press. Yeah. In 1957, John D. Baker said these basic freedoms, which became part of our Bill of Rights 3 years later, must become entrenched in law so they cannot be threatened by the state. Today, these freedoms are not just threatened, they've been taken from us, and they're in danger of being lost forever. In a single year, liberal democracy in Canada has been obliterated by the son of the man who embedded these fundamental freedoms into our Constitution. We have for 2 years endured a pandemic of coercion and compliance. We have ground our healthcare system, our political institutions, and our economy to a halt in order to prevent the spread of a virus for which we have all along had safe, effective treatments. Instead, we've been force-fed a doomed to fail vaccinate the world escape plan that never should have been approved in the first place. For 2 years, you, our governments, fueled by the media, have demeaned us, mocked us, canceled and ignored us. We have tried to engage in discussions about the medical, legal, and ethical aspects of the pandemic response, and you just called us names. You have taken our jobs, drained our savings accounts, tried our friendships, and broken our families, and extinguished our children's hope for the future. You have stripped doctors of their licenses, police of their badges, and teachers of their classroom privileges. You have called us fringe, uneducated, scientifically illiterate, and morally bankrupt. You have said you have no sympathy for the unvaccinated, that they don't deserve medical care, that they don't deserve a voice in society or a place in democracy. You have nurtured the seeds of distrust and fanned the flames of hatred between us. But perhaps worst of all, we have allowed you to do it. We have allowed you to break our trust in each other and our confidence in our ability to think for ourselves. And now you hide and run when the truth is on your doorstep. How did we get here? Big Pharma? Probably. Sellout mainstream media? Absolutely. Abuses of power by tech giants and career politicians? Almost certainly. But our true moral failure is that we did this to ourselves. We allowed it, and some of us embraced it. We forgot that for a while, freedom needs to be lived every day, and that some days we need to fight for it. We forgot that, as Premier Brian Peckford said, even in the best of times, we are only a heartbeat away from tyranny. But we are waking up, and we won't be so easily seduced or coerced again. To our governments, the cracks are showing. The dam is breaking. The facts are not on your side. You can't keep this up any longer. The pandemic is over. Enough is enough. You are our servants. We are not your subjects. You have tried to mold us into hateful, terrified, demoralized people. But you underestimated the challenge. We aren't so easily broken. Our strength comes from the bonds of family and friendship, of history, of our home and native land. You didn't realize the strength of our doctors and nurses on the front line in Alberta. Our RCMP and provincial police officers. The ferocity of a mother fighting for her child. And my goodness, the truckers who rolled courage into Ottawa on 18 wheels times tens of thousands of trucks. To the families of those who have lost children, your tears will be a stain on our country forever. But you can rest now. You have done enough. You have lost enough. It's time for us, your fellow citizens, to take up this battle for you. To the truckers who drove across Canada to stand up for all of us, to fight for all of our freedoms. You are electrifying this moment in history. And you are awakening a passion and a love for this country we thought we had lost forever. Driving from all corners of this country, from Prince Rupert to Charlottetown, on icy roads, past waving flags, under crowded overpasses, you are taking all the brokenness, all the hate, all the division, and weaving us back together again. In one simple, united, powerful action, you are the leaders we so desperately need. You are giving grandmothers who have been isolated and abandoned a reason to smile again. You are giving those who lost their livelihoods a reason to hope again. You are giving the families who lost their loved ones a reason to believe in justice again. You have made our Constitution sing again. You are...
Ah!
People, I may have to pull the mic and put back the battery pack. Just grab that for here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I've been following you for a while. Amazing. Thank you very much. It's been a member of your local community? Yeah, that's amazing. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, let's see if that. Hey people, going back. We got to go back to the other audio. Okay. Now I blew in the mic, so hopefully it's going to be better now.
Can you hear me? Hi. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Okay, tell me if the audio is better. I need to charge the phone, otherwise it's going to go dead.
I've been making some videos for originally from Hungary, and I'm making it like on Facebook and everything, so people see some Hungarian food all over the world.
You are reminding us that we will never allow our governments to terrorize us, segregate us, and break us again. That we just need to stand up and take back what belonged to us all along. The last 2 years will be remembered by our children as the most catastrophic moral failure of our generation. But I believe they will also be remembered as the time that woke a sleeping giant. And that giant is truth.
I think it's working.
We got a mic back! Thank you!
And the thing about truth is it's buoyant. It's lighter than the lies and deception, and it always rises to the top. To everyone here today, I know what it...
Oh! Cut a second.
FBI agents, we're gonna cut that.
The donut
To
guy's cutting
everyone
the
here
feed people.
today,
I'm joking.
I know what it is to feel small and insignificant and powerless. The words and actions of one person might not feel like they can do very much. But when we band together, all of our small voices together roar like a convoy. The strength of all of us together is unstoppable. Our freedom already belongs to us. But we need to remember that sometimes we have to fight for it if we want to keep it. We will never, ever stop fighting for freedom. For our children.
So you can't hear her, guys, when she points the bullhorn in the other direction.
We are the true north, strong and free, and we will be free again.
She just said, "We are the true north, strong and free, and we will be free again." Woo! And I suspect now they're going to have to end the speeches. Yeah, words. They don't need a mic for this, people. Freedom!
Is it working? Yes. Listen. Hutchinson and myself.
Now there's some definite. Okay. I might pause the stream for that. Donut guy only has 2 donuts left, people.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear him now. Okay.
Okay, Hutchinson and me are getting another round for 1 minute each. And I wanted to tie up some issues here quickly. Look, in the beginning, they told us bend the curve. We as Canadians and Americans gave them 2 years. They took 2 years of our time, and we gave them billions of dollars, billions of our taxpayers' money. They took it, and now they're talking about hospitals being overrun again. So we need to ask Prime Minister Trudeau, what did you do with the money? Which MP, which MPP, which hospital took the money? We need to ask them this because they had 2 years to bend the curve. We don't need to do anything anymore as a population. We did our part. This is over, as Julie said. The pandemic is over. Omicron tells you this. It is done. We need to declare this over and move on. And I wanted to end with one statement. This is to the Canadian people, and this is to the American people. Right now, the truckers need you. The truckers can take this home, and they can win this. They can do this for us. But they need the Canadian people to hold.
Saying the truckers need Canadian people.
They need us to stand behind them. If the Canadian population can hold firm, the truckers will stand and will win this for us. So I'm calling on the Canadian people, please stand behind the truckers. We need them to win this battle.
Okay, I'm not going to say very much. I'm going to say this. Look up. The sky is blue. The sun will rise tomorrow. We are going to win this night, and life is going to go on to a time that you can remember. I call it the time of BC, before COVID. Remember that? When you could eat in a restaurant, when you could go on a plane, whatever. Your kids were free. Everyone was free. That time's coming back. Keep the faith. The time is coming back. And you are going to do what makes it happen. Because you are going to be the radio. The radio. You're going to tell everyone what you've heard today. The truth. The truth. The truth. And I'm going to say finally one last thing. And I want you to repeat after me. And then it resounds in your ears forever. The word is enough! Remember this day. Thank you.
All right, we got our microphone back. Woo!
They don't got the mic back.
All right, guys. Let's take a break and sing our national anthem. That's why we're here today. Oh, Canada.
Okay, the microphone is not working, peeps. So they're gonna probably want to abandon that and take a break. And I need to find a restroom. Holy cows. There's a drone flying right between the two people there. I don't know if you can see the drone. Looks like the Spark or maybe the new one. I could use a cup of coffee as well. So maybe Tim Hortons.
Something has happened. I have no voice left. You blood. You can't do it. You need a mic. Can't do it. I understand.
Sir.
We might just have to fix our technical problem and get back. So everybody go have a
All right, we're going to go. We're going to find a washroom.
It was nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
I think at this point they should probably put things on hold and
They're
figure
having
out.
an intermission right now.
Okay, good. It was nice to meet you.
Likewise, honestly, thank you so much for what you do. You're like the same face. You're like the same face for this.
Well, I'm going a little. I'm
Yeah,
going crazy to everybody else here.
Yeah, so we all are, but thank you for standing by.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
My pleasure. Nice. I don't know what you're getting over here.
I just got to get a better angle in our selfie.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to. Hold on a minute.
There we go.
It's so cold out here.
Oh, they got now. No, the mic was up.
Fine.
Oh
no. Okay, come over here.
There you go. Merci.
Now toi, tu viens d'où? Est-ce que tu viens de Montréal?
Non, Gatineau, Abitibi.
Ok, cool.
Et je te suis avant de May the Force with me. La fille de 19 ans, en Alberta.
Oui.
Je te suis 2-3 mois avant ça.
All right. Incroyable.
Mais depuis que tu vas voir tout ça,
c'est devenu quelque chose de incroyable.
C'est correct. Je suis fier de toi.
Have a good one.
J'ai fait 7 km à pied pour venir te voir. J'ai dit, j'ai suivi les 2 derniers jours. J'ai dit, vivant ici, il faut que je vienne.
Ah, puis t'as une belle peut-être je suis revenu, mais au moins j'ai une bonne
Merci de ce que tu fais.
I'm going to rotate the camera with my nose. Hold on. There. I just rotated. Yes, sir. You don't mind being on the interwebs?
No, I'm on the interwebs all the time.
You're on it right now, sir. What do you think of that?
Oh, that was great. So I'm like you. I was a BBC candidate.
All right.
Several agents on it.
Very nice.
So you can find me. I'm on TikTok. You can find me at Canada.Libra.
Canada.Libra. L-I-B-R-A.
L-I-B-R-E. Canada.Libra. That's my main account. My backup is free.canada.Libra. Tons of content on it.
Amazing. Okay, awesome. Well, I mean, this was good.
This was amazing.
I'm going to walk. I might put the screen to an end and go warm up. Nice to meet you. Okay, so people, that was it. I don't know how much more we can hope to see. We were on our way back to the Walmart, and my feet are so cold I can't feel my heels. Oh, the mic is back on now. The mic is going in and out. Okay, those are the speeches, people. Is the audio okay if I have it on reverse clip? Let me see what's going on in the audio. Excellent, good. Okay. Well, now don't be offended. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk myself. Stuff down this morning. See you soon. I need to find a quiet spot if you guys know what I mean. But let's go just see. Oh, so apparently the protest. This is the main section right here. You've seen everything in real time. I can't feel the heels of my feet. Yeah, it's like I'm walking on a numb foot. Let me see if I can read some of the chats and see what's going on in here. Can you buy what? You know what? This guy here is cleaning up the garbage.
organizing it so the city doesn't look like a mess. They're even toting it away in these little kudos or Buddhas, whatever. So it looks like we got some regular flow of traffic here as well as some trucks. It's a one-way street.
Here is probably 15 hours. That's a long. And how are you guys? Can everyone hear on the internet? You're gonna have to speak loud.
One of the most beautiful things that I witnessed along the drive to Ontario was the love and hope of the Canadian people, and what Trudeau provided, truckers united, and the message is beautiful. And we need to keep the momentum going stronger and bigger and bolder, and we're going to beat this.
We have to get our freedom back. It's been taken away 2 years ago. People are saying, we got our freedom. No, we lost it 2 years ago. We lost our freedom. We need freedom of choice. We need freedom of religion. Freedom of everything. Thank you, truckers. Yeah, absolutely. Truckers. Absolutely. Go. Now you're all going to see a selfie in real time, people. The trucks are getting noisier. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hold on a second, I wasn't looking at that camera. I'm an idiot.
Thank you so much.
Sam. So I have my gloves on my hands. It's too darn cold. Thank you so much. Now, where are you from? I'm here in Ottawa. Have you seen anything like this ever in your life? Never. Not once. I'm not in the world. This is the time to stand up and be counted. We can do this. Here's my card. Okay, stick it in my pocket. Okay. I have no hands, and I'm so darn cold. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My pleasure. We got 3 men.
We got more.
Okay. People are happy. That is. Funny is funny, people.
This is the biggest opportunity in our history to come together to put aside our religious and political views for the greater good of the world. Using love and positivity. We can all thank Justice Trudeau for bringing us all together.
Sir! I've seen every single episode, my friend. Awesome. Thank you so much. I should have said, we're live on the internet right now.
Hey, Max, it's Jake. I did pictures of Maxine years ago, and with him and Julie Kiard, all those pictures are mine. We get along well. He forgave me. I was like, hey, it's a beautiful woman. I can't resist from getting a picture of Julie here. And so I totally support this 100%.
It's wonderful. I didn't see all the people. There's like a whole backdrop of people here. It's beautiful.
I think you have pretty much the fringe that's kind of left here right now, but
It's a Monday afternoon.
Exactly.
Most people have to.
But I'm sick of the fact that Parliament's sitting. Everybody should be here, and the Conservatives need to step up. They haven't been doing their job properly. The Conservatives should be here. You guys all know me. Get your butts back in that House of Commons, or at least come out here and let people explain themselves to you, because you're not doing your job. And if you don't do your job, we're going to replace you. And trust me, I'm the guy. I did a lot of Andrew Scheer's the headshots for the 2019 election. I set up all that. In 2005, I did Harper's, all of Harper's candidate photos. And until Jason Ransom took over, great guy by the way. But I'll tell you right now, I've been knee deep in this, and they're not doing their jobs. These are your core constituents. This is the working man down here, and the working man needs to be represented, and they're not representing us.
Amazing.
All right,
Thank you. Yeah, see you on the internet. All right, that's a lot of. So this is the shot that they're showing. With the French Bulldog. Sorry. Yes, sir. Let me see that dog. Two questions. Is the dog friendly, and can the dog be on the internet? Doggy, get over here. Come on. No. Look at this little son of a... Yeah, French Bulldogs, I will always stop. Let me see this. That dog doesn't... Okay, well, the dog doesn't want to see me. Damn it. Never been so insulted. I'm joking. Okay, so the dog didn't want to say hi. Also, my brother is texting me, Dan, if you're watching, someone gave me battery packs so I can pretty much go for a while. This is it.
Got porta potties on my right. Hey. BC plates here. BC plates. Quebec plate. Alright, so it looks like that's the end of this parking lot. A few more filtering in there. Should we turn onto this street here? See what's going on Bank? Let's go to Bank Street, guys.
Pick up the pace?
What's that?
Let's pick up the pace.
Pick up the pace?
Just for this dead zone.
My legs are
Your
dusted.
legs are
I'm going at one pace now, everybody. I burnt a lot of energy the last 3 days, so I'm not going to be doing all the running around I did.
Okay, no, you can do it.
Have you seen my boots? Falling apart here.
It's a good old Canadian one.
Oh yeah. Now we're about to approach Bank Street. It's a vital vein of the city.
Oh, that's right. We came from Kent, right?
That's right, yeah.
Not lying, like last time?
Yes, correct, yeah. There's not much going on online, so we jumped over to Kent. And I hear some honking up ahead. I see a few police cars blocking traffic, so something's happening. If you're from Ottawa and you're driving to Bank Street, I'd probably avoid Bank Street, downtown core specifically.
I wonder how many pets are confused as fuck right now.
Yeah. What's all the honking? Alright, you know what? Maybe it looks like some regular flow of traffic here. I'm just going to point out this nice mural. Alright, see some honking. See some trucks. And there's not much. Nothing much south, but let's head north. Thank you everybody for the super chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you all for joining me on the live stream today here in downtown Ottawa, day 4 of protests.
Want to make a way back to where they were giving speeches?
Yeah. I just don't want to stand in a crowd for too long.
No, I get it.
Get claustrophobic. Do not block ambulances? Well, it seems like they're not blocking ambulances. So that's not an issue right now, it seems. This is a really cool mural they just put up not too long ago.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah. All right, nice. I'm walking back to the War Memorial now. I'm gonna see what's going on there. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. So let's do this. Everybody, the horns just stopped, so you can say.
I just love this guy.
What brought you here, and where are you in from?
Peterborough, Ontario, and brought it just because it's crazy stuff. And it has to end.
This is as inspiring as anything that's happened in the last living memory.
Yeah, living memory. Had to be part of it. Right? So we got to keep standing up.
Keep trucking it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Sir, you're not. I'm looking for the. Don't. I don't care. How you doing?
Real quick.
I'll
do a. I got to get a selfie with Eva, with the man.
Go for
right?
it. I'll film out.
Yeah. Awesome.
Amazing. Nice to meet you. All right, people. We're gonna make our way back to the War Memorial. There's a lot of people here that are very happy to be here. Nice to meet you. It's so far no hatred, other than perhaps a little political resentment for Justin Trudeau, but other than that. That truck sounds like it's saying garbage, and maybe it's talking about the political garbage. Okay, so I think everyone out there has gotten a good feel. Oh my goodness, I thought I saw something behind me. Has gotten a good feel for what's going on. There's, I won't say rumors afoot, there are fears afoot that there may be individuals who seek to escalate the situation and cause problems where there have been no problems. You've seen it for yourself and you can judge based on what you've seen. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go see this truck. Thank you. Hold on, I gotta get a picture. Go for it. I want you to do that. I'm gonna let everyone see that truck behind us. That truck that says. Where are you guys from? Gatineau? What is that?
Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
Saskatchewan.
Newfoundland here.
Drive in?
Drove in from New Brunswick.
Amazing. I'm way down on the camera.
That's okay.
And are you with the convoy?
Yes, yep.
Is it a thing like if they're wearing, the convoy members are wearing shorts?
Oh, no, not necessarily. No. This is whatever I define as the warmest.
So you drove in from New Brunswick.
Yep. Grand Manan, actually.
I was on Grand Manan this summer.
Nice. It's gorgeous.
Well, it was amazing. We did Grand Manan in one day.
Nice.
Drove around. How long are you here for? I'm gonna ask you this question.
We're here until
Till the tyranny ends.
Until he resigns.
Get rid of the parasites.
What do you think? Until he resigns, just make this guy resign.
I think there should be a vote of no confidence. But even if Trudeau is removed, the issue is it doesn't resolve the underlying problem. The underlying problem is politicians think they get to run our lives.
You got it.
Exactly.
He's just a figurehead, and that's it. That's it. He has no power.
Awesome. Thank you. Nice to meet you guys.
Part of a service corporation.
Get over here. This is
McDonald's. That's our politicians.
Keep up the great work, bud. Thank you very much. You
All
too.
right, take care.
I have to show everybody what's going on here. The stuff we're seeing on the news does not look like what's going on.
Exactly, and that's what I've been telling the police officers today, you know what I mean? Like I was trying to tell them earlier, I said, you know, there's so much room up here, let's get a few more trucks up here so we can show the world what's going on.
I went down the other end where they're blocking off. We got to leave an emergency lane.
Leave an emergency? Well, we got no problem with an emergency lane here, but let's fill it up. It's not full.
It is, you know, right?
And the mainstream media is not showing it.
No, they show said it was desecrated. Yeah. They've seen it. We've got a lot of people watching, so people have seen it now first.
Absolutely. Thank you, young man. Thank you. You got this all day, but can I take a picture of you with my wife?
Are you Ottawa Walks?
What's that?
You're not Ottawa Walks, are you?
No.
No, we're from Nova Scotia.
Okay, let's
we're
hear.
from Sheet Harbor, Nova Scotia.
Tell it to the interwebs.
All right.
Why are you here?
We're here because Chelsea got fired from the Coast Guard, and we started a YouTube and we started homesteading. We're the Harbor Homesteaders on YouTube. Our whole story is there.
Hold on 1 second. If I may ask, are these 3 your children?
No, that's just another Zach.
He's random.
Amazing. And how long are you staying here for?
We're leaving today, but we've been here. We got here on Thursday,
and you've went back to.
We're going back to Sheet Harbor.
Okay.
Well, we're going to stay in Quebec City, but on our way. Awesome.
Well, great to meet you. The same. Godspeed. And I will let.
Turn around the other way for you.
Oh, go for it. This is the internet's looking.
Woo! Here we go, guys.
This is the view.
Awesome, guys. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. I did a drone shot all up here.
I saw the drone. I was commenting on the drone. You're going to document this?
I'll send you the clip, man.
Yeah,
message me on YouTube. I'll send you everything.
Tell everyone where they can find it.
The Harbor Homesteaders. I'm going to upload all my footage on the way home.
Okay, amazing. Keep it up, guys. See you soon. This is it. There's some okay, so now we have some police over here, but just waiting on edge. All right. To give you props for that. It's very empowering. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take care. Have a good one. Okay, we're going to wind up the stream, I think, unless Parliament update. Trudeau is. Oh, he's at Zooming. He's okay. I think the mission for the day has been accomplished. This is not going away anytime soon, people. Oh my goodness. This is not going away anytime soon. I think the most powerful moment thus far of this particular day is when the Dr. Brittle says, I have your platform, Trudeau. I'm on your front steps. Trudeau cannot get into his office. I mean, I get he could, but the people have actually taken over. As in his public space, the people are speaking on the front steps of Parliament, and it's amazing. Loud horn. Everybody seems happy. Look at what's going on here. Here, check down this way. How's it going? He was saying freedom and I thought he was calling my name. It's amazing. There are a lot of people here streaming, a lot of people capturing content. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Genuinely beautiful. Good looking dog, high energy. Yeah, someone said go pee, man. So badly I must. There's a lot of cops here. Actually, there seems to be some hoopla, some hubbub. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So what seems to be the hoopla here?
Well, there's a bunch of trucks on either side of the intersection and they're just honking at each other. I'm not exactly sure why.
You ever seen anything like this? This is outrageous. Are you with an outlet or on your own?
Just on my own.
Well, I'm gonna go get in the thick of it and see what's going on there. See ya. All right, see what's going on. That's pretty cool.
I'd like to do another one. My other jacket.
Thank you very much.
We love you. You are so good.
How long have you been in your car for?
4 hours maybe.
Okay. And you're not moving anywhere.
Barely. We started behind that intersection. We made it here. Covered both sides of the roads. We kind of had to play, Tetris with police.
You don't mind being online, by the way. I should have asked you that. Are you planning on being here for days?
Well, I say we're gonna stay here till we get work done. So until we get some motion.
Where did you come in from?
London.
London? Okay. Amazing.
Great to see
you. Thank you very much. Godspeed. Once you're in here with your car, you're not going anywhere, people. Sir, you don't mind being online? Wolves, not sheep, sir. Hold on, I'm taking my glove off. Ugh. How you doing? Thank you very much. Where are you in from? All right. So, how long? Thank you. So you've been in line here for just a day?
I was there all last night.
Okay.
I started off shuttling people from one of the hotels where they were dropping into the truckers.
Okay.
Big families bring down, drop off, pick back up, take back down. I'm not going home.
So this is a thing of beauty.
You've done such a good job.
Thank you very much.
You honestly should.
All I'm saying is, I wanted to get. I drove into Montreal. I just wanted to see this. I'm sure we're almost done. Hey, it's an easy way to make a walk worthwhile. Oh, thank you. Have a good one. This is the crazy part. Now you've seen Parliament. This is downtown Ottawa, and. downtown core. This is the market. I think this is it's like you come in here with a car, you're losing your day. Stop saying pee-pee in the chat, people. I'm trying to discreetly find an alleyway. How's it going? Yeah, look at this. Well, that's a, hope it doesn't snow. They might have to move the snow truck. What does everyone think about this? I'm not going to walk too far down. I'm going to just see if I can get lost somewhere for a second. And by the way, not to, got to plug out Ottawa, Ottawalks, who has been covering this as well. How's it going? He's been covering it, and the amazing thing is, if we've learned anything from other big events, the more people documenting in real time, the more the truth can be certain to have been preserved through the aggregate data collection and documentation of the people. Yes, they've just blocked off everything. So the trucks are in there, and the ones that are in there, I guess, are you know, they're stuck in there for a little while, but they're not letting all the trucks come in by any means. Now, whether or not that's so they can pretend that there's not as many trucks as there are, maybe. Oh, low battery again, people. Oh, shoot. Well, that might be because the battery pack is out. Let's see if one of the battery packs that the person gave me works. I don't know how many. She gave me like 5 of these. I mean, it's great because we're going to have them for trips, but I don't know how many I need. I feel bad that I got 5. All right, what do we say here? Police. I want to ask the police what is. Maybe I'll ask the police to hold my camera while I go to an alley. I'm not recording. The camera's pointing backwards. Just want to ask. So, you don't mind at all?
Pardon me?
You don't mind having your face on the ball?
Well, I'm not going to do like an interview.
Okay. No. So, 2 questions. Are they blocking off all the trucks going down? Like, what's the blocking off the streets here?
I'm not entirely sure. There's so much going on that it's impossible for one person to keep track. That's why we have people, big bosses, that tell us, move us around, right?
And who, if I may ask, who is the big boss of the police here? Is it
who's
not by name, but like, is it
ultimately running the show?
Is it Parliament?
I don't know. I maybe Ottawa Police Service police chief, but I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
And I'm going to ask I've asked other officers. You have not seen. Have you seen any issues, any elements of naughty behavior?
Naughty behavior. I mean, there's been a few things, but I mean, you know, that just, you're in a major city, that's going to happen.
Okay.
Correct?
By and large, the protesters have been nice and peaceful and not doing bad things.
Wow.
All right. Was this? You want a fist pump?
He's trying to be a celebrity.
Well, no, do you mind if any of them
Absolutely.
Children? How does it feel to be partaking in freedom? I'm falling over on my knees. It feels good? Yeah. Where are you guys from?
Appreciate it. Thanks, you guys.
Come back from Tech PD, so let me know, okay?
You came in from Alberta?
Are you guys
Did you come in with the convoy?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So, hold on. Say what you just said again. Alberta. That's not close. For those who don't know, it's quite far away. How you doing?
Well, how are you?
How you doing? You don't mind high-fiving total strangers?
We know who you are.
Well, okay. So if you don't, we're live now. Let me see where we are. Yeah, we're still live.
Hey, Alberta. Hey,
Okay.
Canada. How are you?
What brought you here? Are you with the convoy?
Absolutely.
So let's hear. Okay. What do you? How long have you been trucking for?
I was trucker for 20 years. I put myself through college to go to be a pastor. Trucking. The truckers still in my heart. We love these guys. We're standing for freedom in Canada. That's why we're here.
And how long are you guys staying here? Is it?
Probably a week. We're gonna see what happens with the protests, but likely a week more. Yeah.
And I'm just curious about how the momentum gained among all the truckers. Like, how did it happen?
It was like a wave. It was like I don't know, like a wave of energy just went through the trucking community, and everybody just started driving together. It was phenomenal what happened. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've been making the joke to the chat that I need to find a boys' room somewhere there. I'm gonna go find a cup of coffee and then something. But so, have you been down that way?
Yep.
Yeah, we have
And
our thing over there.
Stayed down there.
And how about your truck or your car or your vehicle?
I brought the van up here with the kids. I didn't bring the truck.
Okay, that's cool. And so that's it. So that you don't have to worry about getting in or getting out.
Yeah. It's amazing up there.
It's crazy. Yeah. Oh no, I've been up there. I've been all the way to the back, but they're not letting all the trucks in.
We were down over on the other side, and a couple hundred trucks. They decided to go to a different location because they weren't getting food and stuff. And so
amazing.
yeah, it's amazing.
All right. Well, thank you. You too, guys. Have a good one. See you later. So, I guess I'm not going to go much further in that direction. Do I put the Okay, I'm just going to continue walking and talking, and then maybe stumble into a dark alleyway and put the camera down in another direction. I can't do it. I'm going to laugh myself. Does anybody know, is there a way to pause a stream? Oh, I said it again. Is there a way to pause a stream so I can take a break? I heard someone say Viva. Yes, sir. How's it going? Okay, let's see. Oh, so someone on the stream says there's a bathroom. Do I trust someone to hold my camera while I go to the little boys' room? You don't want to be on camera? No. Okay, and it's pointing down the ground. You may have, sir, how you doing?
I was watching you.
Thank you very much. Okay. People, we have one problem solved. Give me 30 seconds.
The reason I asked, because I have a roommate that's your size.
Oh, yeah?
Or maybe a little taller.
This is the aggregate knowledge of the internet, finding a bathroom.
6'6".
Ottawa is a beautiful place. So what is this area?
This was firework market.
How much you
Clarendon Lanes.
Last question, not personal. You guys don't want to compare? That's fine, but talking to me. Never mind. Don't take it.
Okay, people. Camera's gonna go dark for a few seconds. Oh man. Now.
It's hilarious. I was watching you walking. We're going right by my place.
This is quite funny. People, this may be an internet first. Do you mind holding this for 1 second?
Keep it live.
Just keep it here. Hold like the camera's going that way. Oh, sweet goodness.
What's happening off my city? So what's this building up ahead? Yeah. This right here? Yeah.
It's because it's a heritage building. They had to redo the.
Foundation.
30-story building stacked on top of the old building.
Oh wow, I see. So yeah, that construction is a heritage building with an add-on, 30-story add-on going up.
30 stories total.
Oh, 30 stories total for that. But yeah, a lot of construction here. Wondering when the drinking's gonna start. I saw these guys with a nice case of beer in the back. Is this a live video? Yes, this is live. You're here with Ottawaks. Of course.
They show you images and it doesn't look like there's that many people. You know why? They blocked off entry from a fair distance out in a perimeter around Parliament, but there are still tons of truckers in there. And it's amazing. And you heard the talks, you heard the speeches. Now we're gonna get back and see if we can talk to some more people. Don't eat yellow snow. No, don't do that. No one has. Okay. This, you know what I'm thinking? This is like, it's the ultimate act, or it's not the ultimate act, but it's the ultimate symbol of loss of power. Parliament now belongs to people who are protesting for their rights and freedoms because of their shared aggregate discontent with the leaders who, this is their home, this is their office. And the people have showed up to their office to say we have had enough of what you've been doing for the last 2 years. You know, this is also the week after François Legault, or just, you know, we're on the border of Quebec. Vax tax, or a tax on the unvaxxed. If you're not vaxxed, you must pay the tax. The people have come from all corners of the country to tell them that they are not representing the people anymore, and they are. It's gotta be embarrassing. And as embarrassing as it is for Trudeau, as embarrassing as it is for him, he's got to lash out even harder. He's ashamed, he's humiliated, and so what does he have to do? He's got to try to shame and humiliate the people who have shamed and humiliated him. May I ask, where are you from?
Oh, we're actually from not from here, from Rockland.
Okay.
But we're here for 4 days.
And it's a thing of beauty?
Huh?
It's a thing of beauty?
Oh my goodness.
How much
history in the making?
How much busier was it over the weekend?
It was busier than this. Very,
Oh, there
very
was,
busy.
well, they said 1 million people. The whole street was a throng. You couldn't get down to Parliament. You had to sort of nudge your way through.
That many people makes me, that many people makes me uncomfortable in general, but it's beautiful. They said how many people yes? A couple hundred drums. I hope everybody can hear because it's beautiful, but I have to leave I'm charging my phone, so but I hope everyone heard that. It's beautiful unit. Thank you. Sorry about my gloves. It's so damn cold. Montreal. Well, we're actually live on the internet now, and we got 7,200 people watching. But Viva Fry, when you get to YouTube that one. Viva Fry, F-R-E-Y. Say one more thing, please.
And the thing is, I'm following this, I call it pandemic since the beginning. And it was fishy right to the beginning, the stuff. And so
You're calling it I'm sorry, you're calling it a what? A plandemic? Is that what I heard you say?
I'm calling it a plandemic or a case-demic. And I speak 3 languages, so I can check all over the world. I'm not watching any news. And I figured out the same thing going on. Somebody gave out a playbook to all the leaders in the world. And they're doing the same thing, lockdowns, mandate. It's illegal. There's a Nuremberg Code, or everybody signed for, and it says exactly, under no circumstance ever implement or push people to illegal medications and stuff they don't want. You have a choice. It's a written law. So we are not the criminals like the big mainstream media likes to show us. They are sitting up there, right here in Canada. And we have to stop it because people dying of those mandates.
Well, that's why we're out here today. The mainstream media is painting a whole different picture than what we're seeing.
Absolutely. And you see, I feel so sorry that those older, vulnerable people, they are dying in the nursing homes alone because of loneliness. They're giving up, and nobody is supposed to visit them. It's a madness. It's a crime. And they want to mess up the children and put the poison shot. I call it poison shot. It's not a vaccine.
So do you have a message for these politicians?
I have a message. They have to stop it. They cannot keep up the lies because we know that they are lies. And that so-called vaccine is not a vaccine. It is a experimental biological agent. It's only called a vaccine to fool the people because the WHO changed the definition. A year ago, everything that can be injected via a needle, you can call vaccine. How stupid is that? And I'm checking wherever I can to get all informations, the real informations. Just look up the worst database from the American side. So vaccine adverse reaction. They closed it right now, but in November there was stated 2.6 million bad injured people by the vaccine, the so-called vaccine. And over 46,000 deaths recorded on the database in America alone. And nobody's thinking about it. They're killing more people than they harm the people. They're killing everybody off.
What we're seeing is that there's a lot of censorship. Doctors, scientists, if they don't push this agenda, that they're being blackballed and they're being censored and they're being fired and discriminated.
I just saw
And they're gonna complain that people are saying F Trudeau, and that's somehow an act of violence. That's an act of protest. It's an act of disrespect. That's what it's intended to be. And to say that they cannot express their discontent and to show their disrespect to a government that is basically oppressed, for lack of a better word, its population for the last 2 years, lock them down, shut them down, put them out of business, cause them mental anguish, and then design an app to treat their mental anguish. And you got to be out of your mind to think that people are not within their rights to peacefully protest that. Look at this. Beautiful. Look, I think I just captured probably the most beautiful image of the protest today. Where are you guys from?
Toronto.
Toronto?
I'm originally from Kelowna.
Kelowna, BC.
Yes.
Very nice. That was fantastic. Amazing. Yeah. That was fantastic.
I just think you're fantastic.
Oh, dude, I'm just a man who's reached limit.
Yeah, isn't this awesome?
It's you imagine he's lost control
Yeah.
over his office.
Yeah,
because the people have had enough.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Which one's your truck?
Oh, up here. It's way up here.
Okay, this is amazing.
It is.
If she breaks out the smoke bombs again, I might want to go and see if I can capture another one.
Get some more of that.
Sir,
All right,
how you doing? Let's see here. Hold on.
you do.
Get over here. Where are you from?
Awesome.
I'm from Marathon, Ontario.
Marathon or marathon?
Marathon. It's about 12 hours from northwest of here.
Okay. Are you with the convoy or you just came to protest?
No, I just came to protest. My third day here. You missed a hell of a party Saturday.
I know. I was.
You're down in Florida, right? You enjoyed the sun.
No, I wasn't. I went down to for an event for the Janesville people. We were in and out. It was like it was a miserable.
Really?
Trip. Like it's just to get out of it. It's
Miserable.
The trip itself. The trip was wonderful, people. The experience of flying and the stress. You get to Florida and you right away have to go get a PCR test to get back into the country.
Really?
And you can't find one. And then you end up
You're jumping through hoops.
It's miserable. I mean, we were only there for 2 days, so it was just in and out. It was an amazing event, but I had to come here and.
Well, I'm glad you're here today to see this. So
I had to come and double check. And not that I don't trust the CBC because they're liars. Have not seen one element of unless you are offended by F. Trudeau flags or middle fingers.
Keep it up, my friend.
What's the website?
It's druthers.net. If you go to druthers.net, it's independent media. So it's all donation based, and independent people write in, and so if you're welcome to go to druthers.net and voice any concerns you have.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I guess this is the river here.
But it's not summertime.
The lift lock.
Beautiful city, eh, Sean?
It's absolutely gorgeous. Well, do you want to see if we can talk to one more trucker before we leave?
Let's do it.
Okay. Hello there. I'm Sean from druthers.net. It's independent media. There's a lot of the mainstream media. We're trying to talk to truckers and get the real perspective. Do you mind commenting on what you're doing here and how you feel about the mandates?
Yes, I'm here to protest the vaccine mandate, and I feeling very bad because I am truck driver, and before I crossed the border into US and the back, now I cannot do this, and I lost like 70% of my job, because I am here and I stay with another truckers and with another people, and another Canadians that are here to fight for the freedom, to stop the mandat, and just that we have to have the choice, like if we wanna to take this or not. You understand?
So the government and the media, they're saying that truckers are here to protest road conditions, bad working conditions from their employer. That's not the case?
No, it's not the case, because actually I am owner operator. This is my company. I am the driver as well, and I just left my job and I came here to stay with another people to fight for the truth. You understand?
Whereabouts are you from, sir?
Originally, I'm from Ukraine, but I live in New Brunswick.
You came all the way from New Brunswick to be here?
Yes. I came from the New Brunswick to be here, yes.
Did you hear what the Prime Minister had to say today? Did you get a chance to hear his interview?
I didn't hear any interview that he say anything. I don't know about anything about this, you know.
Well, he doesn't want to end the mandates. He wants to keep them up. What message do you have for our Prime Minister?
It's like I have the message from Premier Minister that we all the people, and we have to help each other survive in this hard world, you know, because if we don't gonna be unity, it's not gonna working. We have to stay together, understand each other, you know, and looking to the future, you know, to keep our world safe.
And I take it that you believe in freedom of choice. I would take it for everything.
Yes. I believe the freedom of choice is taken right now, you know. But I hope everything will be back and everything will be okay.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming all the way from New Brunswick. You've got a huge heart. Are you getting enough support from Ottawa and fellow truckers and the fellow Canadians?
Yes, I have big support from the Canadians, because like every day, like people came and they just bring the food, the hot drinks, and they support us, and they just sharing the love, and you know that it's amazing to see that smiling people, and you know, and for them I will stay here, you know.
Do you have a message for the rest of Canadians about now that the truckers have led the path? Do you have a message from the rest of the Canadians, what they can do to help to bring this country back?
What I see right now, all Canadians know what they have to do, because it's too many people. I saw yesterday and today. They know what to do. You know.
Thank you very much, sir.
Do you know about Kyle Kemper's exposition?
No.
Kyle Kemper is our Prime Minister's brother. He has exposed everything. He has. And when they asked him if Justin was guilty, he said yes. And he actually went to the point of saying, Justin, it's time to quit and get out as quick as you can. It's on YouTube. It's called Kyle Kemper Exclusive Interview. 52 minutes. First 5 minutes, they exchange a lot of flowers, and then the whole truth comes out.
Oh, thank you. We'll look that up. Are you a truck driver yourself?
I'm not a truck driver myself. I'm 69 years old. I'm retired.
Where are you from?
I'm an ex-brickmaker from Val-d'Or, Quebec. That's way up there, up parallel with Timmins. It's minus 40 up there today. I'm glad I'm here.
So you came down here to warm up. an independent media source. We're trying to expose the lies from CBC and CTV and all the mainstream media. Do you care to be interviewed, sir? We're from an independent media source. Do you care to comment about these mandates and why you're here? And
all I can say is that I did this yesterday and it backfired on me. So
thank you very much.
No problem. It's not. It's just.
I think we're getting down that way, Sean. I don't know.
Nope, maybe this way. Are both those? Where's Grant?
don't get our food in as well as hot.
We're taking back Canada, folks.
Hey, Paul. Hey, good things. I got on the truck to speak there, but I got the mic wasn't working anyway. What can everybody do? We need people here in Ottawa. If you can make it here in Ottawa, it'll be so much harder for them to shut this down. The more people we have here, the better it is. The sooner they have to drop the mandates. If you can't be in Ottawa, I want everybody to do their own convoys. I'm going to be at Queen's Park tomorrow in Toronto at 4 p.m. right after I'm done work. And I'm going to be circling Queen's Park, waving a Canadian flag and a hockey stick outside my windows. And I want everybody to do that, honking their horn, so that we carry this momentum and everybody sees us. All right? Thank you. Oh, and one more thing. Mike Jay, he had an initiative. The media is trying to say that we're a bunch of racists and all that. Why doesn't everybody take a short 10, 15-second video saying, I am Paul Irwin, and I am not a racist. I'm not an extreme right. I'm just a proud Canadian. That's it.
Thanks for coming. Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Northwest British Columbia.
Awesome.
Yeah, we get your paper up there. We've had it for a while. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing. Terrace, British Columbia.
Oh, wow. Thanks for making the trip.
Yeah, we made the long haul, about 5,300 kilometers. But you know, we need to be here. We need to have some change.
Thank you so much.
But no, thank you guys for what you're doing. Really appreciate the paper. Keep it coming.
Thank you.
He's still here. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the truth, I know you're going to report it well.
Yes.
We trust you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so people have been putting lies on the web.
Yes, they have. They said that this was vandalized.
Yeah, but they, you know,
With
they
flowers and
they cleaned it because you know the problem. What the problem is, if you're not from Ottawa, each year when there's a Canada Day, they dress him with a Canada flag and with a sign as well. When it's the gay parade, they do the same. And sometimes they put a pink wig on him.
Oh, really? I wonder how he would, in the memory of Terry Fox, how he would like that, to be dressed up like that.
And then, because it's the trucker, then they complain. But each year, if you live in Ottawa, that's what happened.
Wow.
But because it's a trucker. And the same thing with La Tombe du Soldat Inconnu, the unknown soldier. People were offended because they were, they were walking on it. But each year, when it's the Canada Day, people go there and play tam-tam and all sort of stuff. Even during lunch break, some people sit there and have their lunch. Public servant, they are doing that. But because it's a trucker, they're trying to portray it as, as being bad. But each year, that happened. And even during the summer, people go there and have a tam-tam party. So, you got to be careful with the mainstream media. Don't believe those. They're the virus.
That's right. Thank you so much for coming out.
You're welcome. I can't hear you.
It's over, Justin. Children outside playing, fathers playing with parents, or kids. This is what Canada is all about.
Let's go up to the signs.
Okay.
Go check out all the signs out there.
If people are familiar with occult symbolism, well, hell, it's all over this place. Start the end, which end? Here? Some very angry, upset truckers. Thanks to Mr. Trudeau. Now these signs have been put up all around the Parliament buildings. We got some soldiers' uniforms being hung.
Red, white, and blue, we love you too.
Some officers don't want to have their face shown. If I was a police officer during this, I wouldn't want to show my face either. That being said, we have a lot of excellent officers present here today, though. They mean well. That profession just wouldn't be for me, though. We have a Freedom Snowman over here.
Hi. Hello. I just was, I don't want to be on camera. I was just talking to this lady here.
Sure.
Are we live now?
We are live.
Well, I'm sharing my experience
Okay.
with meeting Ezra
Okay.
Levant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's turn this off.
And I don't want to misrepresent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is. I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
All right.
We'll talk and then.
Yeah, off camera. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Someone wanted to share their experience with Ezra Levant. Be interested to hear how that goes. So if you don't know who he is, he runs Rebel Media. Rebel Media is here in full force as well today. By the looks of things, we're going to be back up here in a couple of weeks, folks. This very well could be Canada's largest block party. Brought to you by Trudeau. Thanks, Justin. This is awesome, brother. This is a response you get when you become a mini dictator. People don't want to accept these mandates. They're saying no to the vaccine. They want freedom, freedom of choice, freedom of what they put in their own bodies. We still haven't seen a public debate with doctors from our side versus the doctors from their side. For some reason, the doctors on their side don't want to dispute or come out and argue or even defend their narrative. It's very easy to write things down and to state things on paper and do all this stuff, but when it really boils down to it, why don't you want to have a debate? That Canada flag way up there, hoisted up with the crane. Horns are blasting and they're not stopping. Leaving donations for the truckers.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, brother. So these are the donations everybody's leaving. We got lots of energy bars, batteries, everything, water, everything you can think of here. Now these little stations, they're being set up all over. Let's go. So a lot of people are working in shifts. They're coming out and braving this bitter cold, and then they're going back to their hotel rooms for a bit to warm up, and then they're back out on the streets. Shift work, teamwork, this is what we need. Police officers are on patrol everywhere. Look at the lineup of trucks, everybody. All the streets, this is completely blocked off. Let's get out on the street. And we got CSIS here, it looks like. Some CSIS fans. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe to Druthers News and Information on Facebook. On Instagram, we are on Rumble, we are on BitChute, and we're sort of on YouTube, but not really. Without your donations, this would not be possible. Thank you very much for making Druthers possible.
Okay. Live, 1 second. Okay. Jessica has been, well, not the group and not the page, it's the profile. If you guys want to know more about where this is going, speak to her. Speak to her, you can send me a message, and I'll try to document as much as I can and make sure you guys know exactly where this money is going to. Thank you guys so much. I gotta let my phone charge here for a bit, and I gotta figure out where these cans are going and who needs it the most. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much. God bless.
Inflating diesel prices, Laura. Good, thank you. Okay, I just saw that now. Thank you so much. On the PayPal side of the game.
Was it Laura?
Yeah, Laura, cheers.
Thank you, Laura.
Yep, cheers. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mosh. For I would have seen that, but I guess I wasn't looking at that second. Cheers. All right, cheers. Here we go. Big ups. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mosh.
Thank you. Finally retiring the Pixel 4. No, Mike, the Pixel 4 saved our life today. The Pixel 5 died. The Pixel 4 saved our life, and the Pixel 4 died. And now we got to get the Pixel 5 back. But right now, Orchidelia's phone is the stream. So we've had 2 phones died out.
And Mike, my my best power bank failed. So we're on the backup power bank, and I got to get another power bank. I got to get it fast. I'm gonna need to buy it like tomorrow before I head back here. Cheers. You cannot stream without a power bank at all. You cannot. Otherwise, your stream will only last an hour and a half to 2 hours. Especially using StreamYards, it just drinks the battery. All right, cheers, everybody. Cheers. Donuts, no sprinkles.
It's a stale donut.
That's
Hard
right,
as a rock.
stale. Oh God, they didn't.
It is yesterday's donut.
They weren't the friendliest people at the Tim Hortons, I must say. Oh, hang on, what do we got here? Sorry.
There's too many locals behind this. Like, this is gonna
Sorry,
keep going.
Scared Cow Barbecue. Thanks for being our eyes and ears. Stay warm. Thank you so much. And yeah, I just can't pop up the super chats on the screen, so we'll just do it like that for now until I get back in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks
for
Scared
everybody's
Cow.
support. Big ups, man. This just helps me to keep being your eyes on the ground in Ottawa. Cheers. I'll fire myself. I'm my own boss, but I got stuff to do at home, and I do have a couple jobs, but I'm going to have to postpone that. This is more important. This is really the freedom that we're fighting for. But, you know, I'm just a small guy with a camera on the ground, but I'm the open eyes for you guys that cannot be here. Cheers. 1.1 thousand in the chat. Earlier today, we did break records for Travel Fund 69. We hit 3,900 in the chat. Thank you guys for sharing out. Keep sharing it out. Cheers. Just sharing it to 10 other groups. They'll see the viewers start numbering. Oh, wait. We the Random. Big ups. Thank you so much. Sub up to We the Random too. Support. Cheers, guys. Vince Storm. He had the channel pinned on his channel. Vince Storm, cheers. Portland Andy. I don't know if you're watching. Cheers. Jeff, cheers. Sub up. Big ups, Boomerang. I see you there. Cheers. Oh, thank you, Cowboy Smash. Thank you for dropping that. Yeah, and remember, it's never necessary. It's always appreciated when it's not necessary. Thank you so much. Cheers, Mosh. Yeah, because I never like to ever post it, but you know, it's all good. Kudos to the guy who just picked up some, trash on the street. Oh, I didn't even see that. Thanks, John. Thanks, Anna. Hey, John. Ha, Coach. I know, right? Cheers. All right. Cowboys March. Cheers. There we go. He's just put a message there. JDL Freestyle at home. So people don't litter. I'm surprised. The streets are actually really clean. They're totally cleaning up after themselves. Exactly. Big ups. Absolutely. 1.2 thousand viewers in the chat. Cheers. 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 We the Random. Cheers. Big ups. Nice. Thank you, Yasmin. Cheers, Yasmin. Thank you so much.